Angels, Los Angeles, California. The city of Angels showing it can be loud and raucous. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad emerged from the tunnel. They're ready for football and ready to watch their Rams do battle with Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run for the first time with Johnson, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
32.
Back to throw, Stafford. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first.
First down, Lions.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
11, 50. Check 43. Slam.
Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now the former Terrapin, this is Ty Johnson. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you. He's coming. We got double up. That's Omaha, ready, move.
Here's Johnson. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on 1st down.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Hey, 22.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
The 1st down carry here for Johnson. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Corey Littleton there on the tackle.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
From the 17, Stafford, and he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Corey Littleton able to get him for a loss of about 3.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Stafford into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey, and he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 18. Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. The tackle made there by Jared Davis. Gurley had a touchdown in Week 8, and with that score, he tied Jim Brown, Walter Payton, and Maurice Jones-Drew for the second most career total touchdowns by a player aged 25 or younger with 63. The most is Emmitt Smith. He had 75 in that span. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. Goff. And that one's complete to Gurley. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. Goff now to throw. Now that'll be caught by Kupp. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and that will force a turnover on downs. They'll run on 1st down. Johnson, he's got the 1st down inside the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. 25 yards to the house as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Now Matt Prater for the point after. And now it's blocked. Picked up by the offense. This is a live ball. So after the block PAT, they're ready to kick this one off. This will be taken short.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. A play fake to Gurley. Now Goff. He'll buy some time right. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. But it'll be 2nd down. Well, Charles, 18 of the 32 teams have now played 8 games, half their season. The other 14 will reach the midway point next week, so we'll save the midseason grades and awards until then. But
thank you. I like that.
We'll wait on that. But let's look at a few underperforming teams thus far that have played 8 games, and you tell me what you think their final record's going to be. Now, let's start with the Chargers at 3-5.
Big win in Chicago on Sunday. I like them to go 5-3 down the stretch. And that gives them 8 wins. Actually, have them go 6-2. I think they're going to go 9-7.
Ooh, right there on the edge of the playoffs. Okay, let's stay in the AFC West. How about the Broncos at 2-6 right now?
I just don't see that off.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Cooper Kupp, 46 yards. As his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. On 1st and 10, Stafford. Complete. It's Johnson. He'll have a first down past the 40. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Now it's Stafford. And that's complete to Jesse James. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Here's Stafford. Galladay's got it, and the Lions have a touchdown. 2 yards on the touchdown there, and the Lions are going to jump back in front. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself, no reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Prater on to add the extra point. And he atones for his miss the first time around, as this one is up and good to extend their lead. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now Goff. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. That is now 19-yard gains on back-to-back plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now it's Goff. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Todd Gurley, 32 yards. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Now Zerline on to add the extra point. And his kick is right through. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Michael Brocker's in on the stop. Johnson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack. To try again after the sack. Stafford, and the pressure gets to him again. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation.
Hey. 40 got.
And now whistles here and a flag down. Looked like someone got going a little early. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long.
Monday. Hey, that's me. 54 is mine. 54.
To throw is Stafford. He gets this one to Johnson. The crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves them well short for 4th down. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Stafford will stay out there. He'll lead his guys up to go for it on 4th down.
Switch! Alert! Hey, easy!
They are going to go for it. It's Stafford. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position.
Cut. 20. 25 the mic. No gain on this defense. No gain.
Now a 1st down throw. Gone. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. A final shot before break here. Goff looking deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. This will be taken very short. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Todd Gurley, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off.
And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they look to throw.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down.
Hey. 53, ready? Hey, Haywood. Check, watch 54.
So they will go for it. Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
What? Clock 20. Value 1. Turtles up.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Goff. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for...
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Jared Goff with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
We got to get the ball. D, get the ball. Big 20.
A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Mike 58, right there. Mike 7.
Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down.
22. Hey, high 7.
On first down, it's Stafford. He'll get this one to Galladay. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now Stafford, and the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. That was a safety Taylor Rapp right there on the coverage. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On the ground, this is Johnson. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Here we go with Johnson. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Stay with your man. Hey, easy. Alert. Switch it. Hey, 5-0. Check. Lucky.
They'll try the air now with Stafford. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Aaron Donald, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance. So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Kill.
Here's Stafford. Throwing deep for Galladay. A throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Weddle. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
3rd and long. It's gone. They got him That's Woods. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A great pickup there, 35 yards, and obviously the first down to go along with it. Goff going to hand it to Gurley. And an alley to run. The 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one 28 yards on the ground. Gurley again here on first down. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Second and 10 at the 16-yard
line. Super one.
Looking to throw on second down. Goff. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Jared Goff. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Here we go. Here we go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
On second and 10, Stafford. He completes it to Jones. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 35. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. Now a play fake here on first down. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the linebacker, Corey Littleton. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by the defensive front there to hold them to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
Cut. 180. 40's the mark. So don't say nothing.
Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 22 yards there, a first down. Throwing now, Goff. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It'll be a first down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Go, tonight. 180. You ain't going nowhere.
From the red zone now, Goff. He'll throw underneath for Gurley. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, little insult to injury here late in the game. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time.